Back-to-back 16-11 losses for the Halifax Thunderbirds against the Buffalo Bandits. Tyson Geick, Teddy Jenner, Gregoire. A difficult weekend for this team. It's been a difficult couple of weekends in their last 2 weekends of lacrosse. Pat, how does a team bounce back from this? Morale maybe a little bit lower than usual. What do they have to do?
Let's be honest, a team's going to go through adversity, and unfortunately for them, it's a tough spot in their schedule. But luckily for them, the schedule does get a little bit lighter. I know they're on the road a lot, but not playing as tough top opponents like they face. But for me, it's they got to keep it simple. Got to get back to the basics. It's a full 60 minutes of effort, and I know it sounds so cliche, but they need to string those 60 minutes where the defense is on the same page, the offense is on the same page, and of course, Warren Hill, you're going to want to bounce back effort from him as well.
Yeah, I'm going to say the silver lining in all of this, I think, is that if you drop 2 games to the Bandits here, you lose the season series, obviously. Next time you might meet them, might be the postseason, and they could end up taking these Thunderbirds a little bit lighter. Teddy, you mentioned this on the broadcast. This Thunderbirds team hasn't had the same offensive group together in consecutive games all season long. Now, as a former player in this league, how much does that impact an offense?
Oh, it's massive. And you can just look at the way that their power play has performed these past 2 weekends. 1 for 12 against the Buffalo Bandits, and that is not going to win you any game ever. And so that just comes down to the fact that their guys in and out. You know, no Boucher, no Fennell tonight. They've been in and out with Casey Jackson and LeBlanc and Kyle. And I said the wrong name, but it's going to happen.
It happens.
But
Island Boy stuff.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
yes.
you know, overall, that plays a huge factor in not having the chemistry, and it shows from 5-on-5 set offense to the power play. So I think I said this on the show, over the next few weeks, they got to find a set 7 guys on offense and just run with it to let them get some cohesion, let them get some chemistry, and try to figure all this out.
Well, talking about chemistry, we got a new piece in the lineup in Dawson Theed, and this guy did not miss a beat. He was absolutely fantastic. 6 goals over 2 games, and you saw some life from that left-handed side of the floor, Pat.
And let's not forget about Brandon Robinson
Yes.
as well. And though you say chemistry, the Twin Towers, as they've been coined, crash.
I didn't even get credit for that on the broadcast.
He said
Believe
it. He said it first, okay? All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
those 2 guys together, they're going to crash. They're going to bang when Fennell gets back on that side as well. The seas will just part open for Cody Jamieson, and they're going to be a tough team to play on that side. And then you flip it with the righties, it's more speed, it's more finesse. So I think they're going to be a more difficult team to play against. But man, that Theed pickup, getting Brandon Robinson back in the lineup from a couple of seasons ago, I think this team looks different right now. But as Teddy said, if you can keep that consistency with maybe 7 or 8 guys, this team could be maybe hitting their stride after this little speed bump at the right time heading into the postseason.
I think sort of to add to that, I think the question becomes, when we asked this before, what does Mike Accursi do with this offense if you get Fennell back, if you get Boucher back, who comes out?
Yeah.
And that just starts to play this game of maybe there's too many cooks in this offensive kitchen. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next week.
Yeah, it's going to be an extremely tough position for Mike Accursi to be in, and the entire coaching staff, as it has been all season. I think we came into this year talking about that. There is so much depth, but with that comes those tough decisions and kind of breaking some hearts. So it doesn't really get any easier through the rest of the way. But Teddy, I did like your point in, you know, maybe picking that 7 guys and sticking with them so they get that cohesiveness, that cohesion.
You look at the Buffalo lineup, you know, they could have put a Brad McCulley in tonight. Mm-hmm. They could have made some changes, but for the most part, all year long, they've gone with Byrne and Smith and Fields and DeHoga and Bucky. It's been the same group, and just look what they did in 2 games. They just absolutely ran over their next best competition in the conference.
And I do want to say this as well. Like, let's be honest here. 61 saves from Matt Vince. Like, let's not, sell this offense short. No. They had their chances. They had their looks. But Matt Vince down the stretch, when they started to claw back, there were big save after big save. And that's just so demoralizing to an offense that maybe, as you said, morale might be a little bit fragile right now. But it's in the past. You've already faced the Bandits twice. You won't see them again until maybe the postseason.
Yeah, I don't think it was any coincidence that the Bandits had their top guys in the lineup tonight. They want to just kind of step on the throats of their next best competition here in the East, as though, although I should say, Halifax has kind of started to drop off a little bit. But they do have a chance to get back in the win column. That game goes Friday night right here at the Scotiabank Centre. You can catch it on TSN Direct, and for those watching in the Maritimes, CTV2. Tyson Geick, Teddy Jenner, Pat Gregoire, thanks for tuning in.